Yes. Welcome to a video of a new type for a new game. I've actually been playing Warframe for quite a while, but I've decided to finally start recording and putting some content, getting some of what I've been doing, and putting it on the YouTube channel. I've really been enjoying it. I'm not going to record everything. I'm going to be goofing off in this game a lot. It's a good stress reliever for me, but I'm going to share some revelations and some discoveries for you. First off, we're going to start with how to Mesa. A lot of people get stuck on the wrong things with Mesa. She's got 4 different abilities. You can all see all of them listed over there on the right-hand side. Ballistic Battery, Shooting Gallery, Shatter Shield, and Peacemaker. A lot of people stick on that bottom one, Peacemaker, and they turn Mesa into a turret. It's not really the best way to do it. And I'm going to show you why. Mesa's ability, number 1, Ballistic Battery, gets bagged on quite often as being worthless, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people either never use it or just don't have situations to use it. Ballistic Battery stores up a certain amount of your gun or ranged weapon damage. A percentage of each shot is stored in a buffer. At level 29, where my Mesa is right now, I'm storing up to 1,600 damage. You then later, this costs no no energy to maintain. There's just an energy cost to turn it on. And when you do turn it on, you can later hit that button again, number 1, and your next shot will release all of that buffer damage into one single hit. This is the Boss Buster ability, and it's very useful. Her number 2, Shooting Gallery, jams weapons, including confusing the people that are the enemies nearby that are having their weapons jammed, and confusing melee folks that get into melee range of Mesa. They make it a lot easier for her to defend herself against those charging corrupted butchers, especially at higher levels, or even the infested. One lasso will always stay on Mesa. Another one jumps between target members or team members, giving them a slight damage buff for the duration they have it, which is very nice. Number 3, Shatter Shield. It has a massive damage reduction at max rank of 4, max level of 30 from Mesa. It has a average 90% damage reduction. You could cap it out at 95% if you set up your Mesa right. Power duration is about 25 seconds, and power range is 11 meters. The range is the range in which incoming projectiles have a chance to get reflected back at enemy targets. And then finally, number 4 is Peacemaker. It has a damage multiplier that builds per second and per target that you actually kill with it. Every single second, you are having to maintain at least 15 energy per second. You can cut down on that through various methods, but it gets expensive very, very quickly. Now, here's the other thing a lot of people don't realize. The reticle for Peacemaker closes in very, very quickly with each passing kill getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So the more kills you get, the smaller your window is onto the battlefield, and the more of a hint that is that you need to uproot from Peacemaker and move, because the next time you start it back up, it will start as a full-sized reticle. Keep that in mind. Here's what my versions of those abilities look like with my power setup. I've gone for a generally balanced build, going for equal parts of duration, range, strength, and efficiency. Nothing terribly influenced. Let's cut to the action. This is a 20 to 25 survival mission in the Orokin Void. Nothing terribly fancy, and it's not the high-end 40 to 45 mott that a lot of people use. I decided to go with something comfortable to start off with. First off, take a note of that position number 1 right there. Ballistic Battery gets pressed and charged up. As soon as I enter the action, you'll see that number climb regularly. I also put up my Shatter Shield because I knew I was probably going to be walking into a room full of bad guys. Now, here's the thing. I didn't slide in and hit Peacemaker and then slide out. All of my other tools and weaponry are just as capable. Also, notice, you'll see regularly when I turn on that lasso capability from Shooting Gallery. There's the lasso right there. You'll see guys staring and looking at their weapon. They stop and look down. That is the Shooting Gallery effect in action, and it is a wondrous thing. There's another one right there, staring at his gun in utter confusion. And here is me trying to hit the wrong side of an Orokin death ball. I hate these things. I cannot stress enough with Mesa, do not be afraid to bring a melee weapon. A melee weapon can be your greatest asset for a lot of the Warframes in this game, and it can be very useful. Something like the Bolt Ace or the Orthos or the bow that you can slide into a room and sweep a lot of different targets with in one sliding attack can be very useful to clear out a tight hallway. A lot more useful at times than Peacemaker can. Here's me clearing a bridge, getting rid of some targets. Melee a little bit, then the decision comes. Time to trigger some air. I need a safe zone. Peacemaker to clear the room, hit the actual support capsule, and then get back into the action. Don't stay stationary for too long in any hero, much less in Peacemaker mode. It will be the end of you. One thing to note is that no matter how much, you see my Shatter Shield doing the work there, no matter how much damage Shatter Shield absorbs, it's only ranged weapon damage. Shatter Shield has no effect on melee, which means you always want to keep out of arm's reach of the bad guys. Let them stand back and fire at you. Don't ever let them get close to you with a weapon. That will kill you quick. Quick headshot, and then we keep moving on back into the fray. There's another quick Peacemaker to clear the room, jump the gap, hit 4, sweep, and a circular motion, and then get moving again. That's it. And there's Shatter Shield, renewed once more. And again, I stress this, do not be afraid to actually bring a melee weapon. One thing I have discovered is that Artax and the new Taxon Sentinel make a good combination. There's a heavy gunner taken out with Peacemaker. The heavy gunner, keep note of the heavy gunner. There's another one coming up. Taxon is a very good companion to... Oh, here we go. Dash in, take out an ancient, start going across to grab those canisters I see. Turn around, and there's a heavy gunner right behind me. Let's back up and check out that target. Hit number 1. And there is that ballistic battery drilling almost 3,000 points into the skull of a heavy gunner in one shot. Tipped them over, killed them instantly. Actually, they were falling over from the blast in my Taxon beam, but that's not the point. I've discovered that Taxon's Freeze Ray can be very, very good for beginner mesas of any kind, specifically because it slows down the running speed of your targets as well as the attack speed. A slower target is an easier to hit target. Don't forget that. This is another example of Peacemaker being used to hold point. Here we go. Clear the door. Slide in to get the air capsules. Quick melee. And let's get the heck out. The big things to remember about Mesa. You can turn yourself into a turret, but you shouldn't stay there. A stationary target is an easy target, and you will die, even with Shatter Shield. If you keep her abilities in mind, the damage absorption of Shatter Shield, the enemy confusion capabilities of Shooting Gallery, and the boss-busting power of Ballistic Battery, an ability that gets knocked and disgraced quite a bit, all of those can very easily outclass survivability far more than Peacemaker can, especially considering how much power Peacemaker can eat. If you keep moving, slide into a room, pop Peacemaker, sweep the entire place, then turn it off and keep moving. You can use it as a quick room clearing or hallway clearing tool that can make your life a lot easier. Just because she can become a turret doesn't mean you should be. Mesa is a wonderful, mobile, capable, gun-toting badass that should be kept in mind for any kind of a mission, except maybe spy. She's kind of loud for spies. Except, here's the fun part. The Peacemakers, her built-in weapons that you can actually see on her forearms, the bottom of her forearms, that she uses for the Peacemaker ability, those pistols have no noise rating. They are silent. Technically speaking, even though you hear a gun sound play, those guns count as stealth kills at range to unsuspecting targets. Keep that in mind. If you decide to do something weird like post a Mesa spy video, please drop a link in the comments. Let me know on Twitter, VPM, or just mention it. Ping me on Twitter at Vaygrim. Can't wait to hear from you guys on what you think about this video. Let me know. Thumbs up for more Warframe. Comments, criticisms. Let me know how I can improve. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.